Hello friends, welcome to video lecture on fluid mechanics. In today's session, we'll learn about the pipes in series, parallel and a concept of equivalent pipe. So let us start flow through pipes in series or flow through compound pipes. Pipes in series or compound pipes are defined as the pipes of different lengths and different diameters connected end to end to form a pipeline. So as shown in figure, okay, so we just see the length for this pipe and this one is different one. At the same time, see the variations in the diameter, okay, in this way. At the same time, you can get the different velocity at different cross sections, and the coefficient of the friction for pipe number 1 2 3 is a different one, that is f1 f2 f3. Okay, so let us consider l1 l2 l3 length of pipes 1 2 3 respectively. Then d1 d2 d3 diameter of pipes 1 2 3 respectively, v1 v2 v3 velocity of flow through pipes 1 2 3, f1 f2 f3 coefficient of frictions for pipes 1 2 3. H indicate the difference of water level in the two tanks. If you just see the tank number A is here and tank number B is here, so this indicate the difference of water level in two tanks. The discharge passing through each pipe is same, that is Q equals to A1 V1 equals to A2 V2 equals to A3 V3. The difference in liquid surface level is equal to the sum of the total head loss in the pipes. So if you just see here, H is nothing but 0.5 V square divided by twice G. So here, if you just see, this is nothing but the frictional loss in the pipe, and this indicate the minor losses at the various points. If you just see, here is the just entrance the pipe here at the end of pipe. Okay, so this is nothing but the entrance for the new pipe. Okay, so in this way we can get these are nothing but the sudden contraction, or at the entrance of this one we can get the minor loss. Okay, so if you just see here, this is nothing but the friction loss at a various cross section. Okay, and if you just see, this indicate the minor loss at the various actually points. Okay, now if we neglect the minor losses, then the above equation becomes, if you just see, this is nothing but the minor loss, this one and this one. If you neglect this minor losses, then only this is nothing but the frictional losses will remain. What's about this? H is equals to 4 f1 l1 v square divided by d1 multiplied by 2g plus 4 f2 l2 v2 square divided by d2 multiplied by twice g plus 4 f3 l3 v3 square divided by d3 multiplied by twice g. If the coefficient of friction is same for all pipes, then f1 equals to f2 equals to f3 equals to f. Now this equation will modifies in this way by considering this f1 f2 f3 f4 f3 equals to f. Okay, the equation will come like this one by replacing this f1 f2 f3 by f. Okay, now if I take this one 4f by twice g as common, then just say whatever the remaining terms that written inside of the bracket in this way, l1 v1 square divided by d1 plus l2 v2 square divided by d2 plus l3 v3 square by d3. So this is about the details for the difference in liquid surface level. Okay, that is H. Now see the difference in water surface levels in two tanks which are connected by three pipes in series of lengths 300, 170 meter and 210 meter, and the diameters 300 mm, 200 mm and 400 mm respectively is 12 meter. Determine the rate of flow of water if coefficient of friction as 0.005, 0.0052 and 0.0048 respectively, considering minor losses, also neglecting minor losses. Okay, for that, if you just see here, the difference in water surface level in two tanks. So here the 12 meter is given. Okay, then length of pipe number 1 with us 300 meter, then corresponding diameter with us uh, diameter is also given 300 mm. Okay, so here 300 meter length is given and diameter with us 300 mm. Okay, now see for the length of pipe 2 170 meter with us and corresponding diameter with us 200 mm. Okay, similarly for the next one, length with us 210 and corresponding diameter with us 400 mm. Okay, so convert all these things into meter. Okay, then see the values of the coefficient of friction with us. Okay, this one f1 f2 f3 etc. Now considering the minor losses, let v1 v2 v3 are the velocities in the first, second and third pipe respectively. From the continuity equation we know this one a1 v1 equals to a2 v2 equals to a3 v3. Now what's about this v2? From this one we can get this relation in this way. If I keep this v2 here and if I take this a2 towards the another side, then we can get this relation in this way, a1 v1 divided by a2. Similar case with the next one. If I just equate this term with this one, we can get the v3 equals to a1 v1 divided by a3. Now what's about this one? We know this a1 is nothing but the pi by 4 d1 square. Okay, substitute here. In case of the a2 also substitute here, pi by 4 into d2 square. Okay, now pi by 4, okay, this term get cancelled and this term will remain. Okay, so d1 square by d2 square multiply by v1. Okay, in this way that term will come. So we can get this term in this way. After simplification, 2.25 into v1. Okay, now similar case with the v3. Now just replace this a1 by a3 by this term. Okay, so a1 once again nothing but the pi by 4 into d1 square and d3 is nothing but here pi by 4 into d3 square. Pi by 4 get cancelled. Okay, that's why this term only remain here. Okay, now after simplification we can get the value for this one v3 equals to 0.5625 v1. Now we know this is the equation with us to get that difference, the height. Okay, so h with us, okay, this is the formula with us. Okay, so three pipes are connected with each other by variation in the diameter. Okay, here diameter with us 0.3, then 0.2 with us, then next one 0.4 with us. Okay, so here the diameter actually reduction in the diameter takes place, here expansion in the diameter takes place. Okay, now at a different actually section the velocities with us v1 v2 v3 etc. Okay, so we can easily apply this equation. Okay, so here we can get the minor loss, here minor loss, minor loss. Okay, this indicate the frictional loss between the various sections. Okay, now we can get this equation in terms of only a single velocity or only a single variable. Okay, that is v2. Okay, by substituting, this is actually relation with us. For that v2 this value with us and v3 with us in terms of v1 in this way. Okay, so simply put the value for the v2 and v3 here. Okay, and the equation will be modified like this. Once we get this equation in this way, if you observe this equation, only a single v1 is the unknown term. Okay, just do the calculations for the v1. We can get v1 as 1.407 meter per second. So once we get the v1, then easily you can get the value for the rate of flow, that is discharge. Q is nothing but the area multiplied by velocity, that is a1 multiplied by v1. Okay, so what's about this a1 is nothing but the pi by 4 into d1 square. Okay, multiplied by v1. Already we have did the calculations for this v1. Just substitute here. We know the diameter d1 0.3. Okay, if you do the calculations, you can get that discharge equals to 0.09945 meter cube per second. Okay, in terms of liter we can get by multiplying 10 raised to plus 3. Okay, in this we can get in terms of liter per second. Okay, 99.45 liters per second. Now if you neglect the minor losses, okay, if you neglect this one, this term, this one, okay, this term, this term, okay, only this actually three terms will remain. Okay, now consider this three term and see the value for the discharge. Okay, now if you observe once again this relation, okay, already the value for this V2 and V3 in terms of the V1 with us, just substitute here, okay. And if you look towards this equation, only V1 is unknown. Do the calculations and get the value for the V1, okay. So in this case, we can get the value for the V1 as 1.445 meter per second, okay. Now the discharge can be calculated with the help of this relation, that is Q equals to V1 multiplied by A1. So value for the V1 with us, A1 with us, substitute here and get in terms of liter per second. In this way, 102.1 liter per second. Now if you just neglect the minor losses, we can get the discharge in this way. And if you just consider that minor losses, in this way you can get the discharge, that is 99.45 liter per second. And here we can by neglecting that minor losses, we can get the discharge Q as 102.1 liters per second. Now let us discuss about the concept of equivalent pipe. This is defined as the pipe of uniform diameter having loss of head and discharge equal to the loss of head and discharge of a compound pipe consisting of several pipes of different lengths and diameters. The uniform diameter of the equivalent pipe is called equivalent size of the pipe. The length of the equivalent pipe is equal to sum of lengths of the compound pipe consisting of different pipes. Let L1 equals to length of pipe 1 and see the corresponding diameter, that is D1 with us. Then for the this L2, L3 and D2, D3 are nothing but the length and corresponding diameters of pipe number 2 and 3 respectively. So H indicate the total head loss, L indicate the length of equivalent pipe, D indicate the diameter of the equivalent pipe. Then the total length, that is L, is nothing but the L1 plus L2 plus L3. Total head loss in the compound pipe, neglecting minor losses, can get in this way. H equals to 4F1 L1 V1 square divided by D1 multiplied by 2G plus 4F2 L2 V2 square divided by D2 multiplied by 2G plus 4F3 L3 V3 square by D3 multiplied by 2G. Here just assume that the coefficient of friction between all the pipes is same, that is F1 equals to F3 equals to F3 equals to this one F. We know the discharge Q is nothing but A1 V1 equals to A2 V2 equals to A3 V3. Just just substitute the value of A1 in this way in terms of diameter, pi by 4 into D1 square, okay, multiply by this V1. Similar case with the other things. Then can get the value for the V1. If I just take this, if I get the this one V1, okay, in this way, 4Q divided by pi divided by D1 square, okay, similar with the other velocities, okay. So in this way, I can get that V1, V2, V3. So once we get this one, just substitute into this equation for the V1, V2, V3, okay. Then we can get this equation in this way. Now from this equation, by considering the F as common, coefficient of friction is common for all the pipes, okay, we can get this relation in this way. So 4 multiplied by this one 4, okay. So here 4 square means here 16 will come and this 4 will remain as it is. 4 multiplied by 16 F multiplied by Q, this one Q square, okay, and this term pi square D1 square. Now in this case, by taking this one, this term as common, okay, and the remaining one, that is L1 divided by D1 square raised to this one 2 means here we can get the D raised to 4 multiply by this D1, okay. So in this way you can get the D1 raised to 5, okay. Similar case with the remaining two terms, okay. So in this way you can get that relation. Head loss in equivalent pipe, that is H equals to 4FL V square divided by D multiplied by 2G. Now in this case, if you take the value for the coefficient of friction, that is F, the same value, okay, in compound pipe, where this V is nothing but the Q divided by A. So what we get here, we can get the 4Q divided by pi D square, okay. So easily we can write the this relation H equals to 4FL, okay, multiply by for this V we can just write this term 4Q divided by pi d square whole bracket square, okay, divided by d multiplied by 2G. So in this way you can get that relation 4 multiplied by 16 multiplied by Q square multiplied by this F divided by pi square into twice G, okay. So L divided by d raised to 4, d raised to 5 will come here, okay. So head loss in compound pipe and in equivalent pipe is same, hence equating equation number 11.15 and 16, these two equations with us, okay. Just equate this equation with this equation, okay. To equate, this term and this term get cancelled. What we get here, this term and this term get cancelled, so remaining one, that is L1 divided by d1 raised to 5 plus L2 divided by d2 raised to 5 plus L3 divided by d3 raised to 5 equals to L divided by d raised to 5, okay. So in this way you can get that relation, okay. So this is the actually relation, okay. So this equation is known as a Dupuit's equation. In this equation L is nothing but L1 plus L2 plus L3 and D1, D2, D3 are known. Hence the equivalent size of the pipe, that is the value of D, can be calculated. Let us we discuss some problem on the same topic. Three pipes of lengths 800 meter, 500 meter and 400 meter, and the diameters for 500 mm, 400 mm and 300 mm respectively are connected in series. These pipes are to be replaced by single pipe of length 1700 meter. Find the diameter of the single pipe, okay. So single pipe means here you have to find out the equivalent equivalent pipe, okay. So here if you just see the lengths and corresponding diameter for pipe number 1, 2, 3 with us, that is L1, L2, L3, D1, D2, D3. Then a length of single pipe, that is L equals to 1700 meter, okay, with us. Let the diameter of the equivalent single pipe consider here as small d. We know this relation with us, L divided by d raised to 5 equals to L1 divided by d1 raised to 5 plus L2 divided by d2 raised to 5 plus L3 divided by d3 raised to 5, okay. So if you substitute all these things into this equation, only d is unknown, okay, you can easily do the calculations for this d. You can get d equals to 371.8 mm. So let us discuss about the flow through parallel pipes. Consider a main pipe which divides into two or more branches as shown in this figure and again joined together downstream to form a single pipe. Then the branch pipes are said to be connected in parallel. The discharge through the main is increased by connecting pipes in parallel. So main pipe is here, okay. Then this actually divided into two pipes, okay. Again that two pipes are joined here, okay. So the rate of flow in the main pipe is equal to the sum of rate of flow through branch pipes. Hence we can write this in this way: Q equals to Q1 plus Q2. In this arrangement, the loss of head for each branch pipe is same. Loss of head for branch pipe 1 equals to loss of head for branch pipe 2. So loss of head, okay, this one actually by considering the frictional formula. This one with us 4F1 L1 V1 square divided by D1 multiplied by 2G equals to 4 into F2 L2 V2 square divided by D2 multiplied by 2G. So in this case, if we consider the coefficient of friction, that is F1 equals to F2, then this F1 F2 get cancelled and the remaining actual relation with us in this way: L1 V1 square divided by D1 multiplied by 2G equals to L2 V2 square divided by D2 multiplied by 2G. Now we'll discuss one problem on the same topic. The main pipe divides into two parallel pipes, which again forms a one pipe as shown in this figure in this way, okay. The length and diameter of the first parallel pipe are 2000 meter and 1 meter respectively, while the length and diameter of second parallel pipe are 2000 meter and 0.8 meter. Find the rate of flow in each parallel pipe if total flow in the main pipe is 3 meter cube per second. The coefficient of friction for each parallel pipe is same and equal to 0.005. First of all, write down the given data here. L1 equals to 2000 meter. Just observe this diagram. So L1, L2, now corresponding values of the L1 with us 2000, similarly L2 with us 2000 meter. Okay, diameter for this pipe with us 1 meter and this pipe with us 0.8 meter. Okay, so in this way values with us. At the same time, the rate of flow, that is a discharge through that pipe, main pipe, is 3 meter per second. Okay, this one meter cube per second, 3 meter cube per second. This is discharge with us. Now our aim is to find out the rate of flow in each parallel pipe. In pipe number 1 and pipe number 2, our aim is to find out this Q1 and Q2. Okay. Now for that, let us consider Q1 is nothing but the discharge through pipe number 1 and Q2 indicate the discharge in pipe number 2. So we know this relation, Q equals to Q1 plus Q2. So this one with us 3 meter cube per second. Now this relation with us, just write this relation 4F1 L1 V1 square divided by D1 multiplied by 2G equals to 4F2 L2 V2 square divided by D2 multiplied by 2G. Substitute everything. Okay, and if, you can get the relation between V1 and V2. So in this you can get that relation. So you can get the value for the V1 in terms of V2 in this way. V1 equals to V2 divided by 0.894. At the same time, we know the discharge relation, that is Q1 equals to pi by 4 into D1 square multiplied by V1. Okay, and Q2 equals to pi by 4 into D2 square multiplied by V2. So this value with us. Now substitute the value for D2, then D1. Okay, then you can get this relation in this way, Q1 and Q2. Once we get this relation, we know that total discharge, that is Q, is nothing but the Q1 plus Q2. From that relation, just write this here in this way. So Q1 is nothing but here, this is the relation with us, and Q2, this is the relation with us. Substitute here and equate with the this one, total discharge, that is Q. Okay, 3 meter cube per second with us. Okay, now we can get everything in terms of this one. Only V2 is unknown here. Okay, to the calculations we can get the value for the V2 here in this way. So we can get that 2.17 meter per second. Once we get the value for V2, easily you can get the value for the V1, that is 2.427 meter per second. At the same time, you can get the value for Q1 by using this relation. Substitute the value for V1 diameter D1 here. Okay, we can get the Q1 equals to 1.906 meter cube per second. At the same time, we know the relation between that Q and Q1 and Q2. So we can get that Q2 equals to Q minus Q1. So total discharge with us 3. We subtract the discharge through pipe number 1 and get easily value for the flow rate through parallel pipe Q2. Can get that as 1.094 meter cube per second. Thank you. Hope that in today's session, concept of the flow through pipes clear to you.